Hey YouTube, Chicken Show here with a review of the LBX Gruzion from Danball Senki Wars. So, Gruzion, I'm just going to call him Gruzion because it's easier for me to say. He isn't aligned with any of the 4 countries in the school. He's a bandit, or a bandito, as they keep saying in the show. He's a brawler frame. So that's always fun, and he's got a scythe or a gun, depending on which mode it's in. So that's cool too, I suppose. So yeah, he basically runs around and kills whoever he can kill. And destroys whatever he can destroy. And there's absolutely no consequence or anything of the sort. So that's always interesting, I suppose. I don't know if it was actually named in the show yet, but his operator is Itan Kyoji. So that's good to know. He is part of the school. He's just there being a bandit and stuff. So, and there's his weapons. So pretty neat. Really cool box art. Do really dig that. And so here's Gruzion. He's, don't get kind of fooled by this whole dot thing going up here. Those aren't his eyes. His helmet's, as much as it looks like a rabbit, I called him a little death bunny. But inside here, if you lift this up, is his actual eyes. They're beady and very weird looking. But if you close it down, then his little like nose section kind of becomes a red visor. And he looks a lot cooler. So I'm just going to leave it like that because I hate his eyeballs. Gruzion's actually really interesting. He's a brawler frame a lot like Ballsparrows. But done in a red and black and white color scheme with a little bit of purple accents. Looks very, very cool. There's no sort of like crunch in the ab at all. In fact, this actually just came apart, but I was wiggling it, so that is not the toy's fault. That was my fault. But the joints on this guy are actually kind of tight on mine. I'm not sure why. The polycaps and stuff that they used are all this brown color, which was the first LBX kit I've had that had colored polycaps. So that's a interesting note, I suppose. But all the main points of articulation, you got the ankle, knee, thigh, hip, whatever. Single joint there at the elbow, a little bit of rotation there, and the ball joint on the hand. Full ball and socket up here on the arm. And with all kits, these are limb compatible. Just pop off the limb and pop it on someone else. There we go. So pretty cool overall. I love his design. Like I said, it does remind me a lot of Ballsparrows, but like an evil version. And I always dig that because I really, really like this color scheme. He would have benefited a lot from an inclusion of a little stage because it kind of looks like he's supposed to fly. But that could be just the brawler frame kind of bleeding in here. But overall, a very cool design. Back here, you do have this little cap. If you pop that off, you do have a port back here to put things like the Orb Cannon or the multi-gimmick sacks for Ballsparrows or Dot Phaser. So that's cool. You can stick those back here. I think Phantom's backpack is that kind of little slot, so you can stick that in there. He's got little spurs that can they move. I'm not going to say they kind of spin because the joint's a little bit tight there. But those are neat. And then his little arm dealies are free to rotate, but I don't think that's actually, like there's a purpose to that. But pretty cool guy overall, and probably my favorite design of the released Wars kit so far. Just really dig him. But Phantom looks really cool, so we'll kind of take a look at him. In terms of the weapon, we have the Hell Scythe or the Hell Blaster. And so here's the blaster mode. Typical gun, it doesn't actually do anything. Slide it into either one of his hands, and then he shoots things. That's about as far as that goes. To transform it into the scythe, pop this off, replace it with the long stick version. Just like that. Fold this down. Obviously you need the scythe part. And there you have his actual scythe. So if you pop that off, swing this hand around, pop this back on, pop this section off, Slide it through his hand here. Pop it back in if I can line it up properly. Wiggle his joints around a bit. And you can eventually get him in a pretty decent scythe position. There we go. So very, very cool little guy. Like I said, my favorite of the kit so far. I just really dig his color scheme. I like the scythe weapon. Looks really cool. And I just overall really like his design. So my favorite of the kits released so far, but that might get trumped by Phantom because he's got wings, and I really dig wings. And as always, it's a very easy kit to build. This one in particular I found very simple for some reason. The head was the only difficult part because it had that sliding gimmick. But outside of that, a very simple kit to build. And it overall looks really great. Not too difficult with the stickers either. Those little tiny purple ones were a little bit of a pain. But outside of that, everything lined up perfectly and wasn't too difficult at all. And again, this is straight out of the box, no paint whatsoever. So very cool. Definitely recommended to fans of the show. Even if you're not a fan of the show, this is just a really cool design. So recommended to everyone, man. Very cool. So you can check out shukenshobei.com for this updates on my reviews and hauls. And of course, check out Riders, Rangers, and Rambles, the podcast from the latest tokusatsu news in the creativest way possible. So take care and have a great one. Bye. Hell Scythe.